Everyone in Hollow Creek trusted Eleanor Whitmore. Her name carried weight, the good kind. When people said it, they softened their voices, as if kindness itself might be listening. Eleanor was the woman who noticed things others ignored: an empty fridge, a missed church service, a lonely porch light still on after midnight. She filled those gaps quietly, efficiently, with warm food and warmer words. She never married. She had no children. People said that was why she had so much love to give. No one ever asked where that love truly came from. My name is Daniel Moore, and this is the story of how kindness almost destroyed my family. I was 32 when my mother, Ruth Moore, had her stroke. It was minor, the doctors said. A warning, not an ending. She would recover, but she needed supervision. Someone to make sure she ate, rested, and took her medication on time. I worked 12-hour shifts at the factory. Leaving her alone felt impossible. That was when Eleanor appeared, as if summoned by need itself. She's a volunteer caregiver, the nurse told me. Very trusted. She helps many families. Eleanor stood near my mother's bed, hands folded, posture calm. She smiled at me the way nurses do when they want you to feel safe. "I'm happy to help," she said softly. "Your mother deserves peace." I didn't know then how dangerous that word would become. Eleanor slipped into our lives without resistance. She reorganized the kitchen on her first visit, moving spices into labeled jars, stacking plates by size. She cooked soups that smelled like childhood. She spoke to my mother slowly, kindly, as if guiding her down a gentle path. "She understands me," my mother said once. "She doesn't rush." I was grateful, relieved, blind. Within weeks, Eleanor was handling everything: me, medicine schedules, doctor calls. She insisted it was safer that way. "Too many hands cause mistakes," she said. "Let me take the burden." I let her. The changes came quietly. My mother slept longer. At first, it seemed like healing. Then she began forgetting small things: names, dates, conversations. We had just finished. The doctor blamed age and stroke recovery. Eleanor agreed. "The brain is delicate," she said. "We must be patient." But sometimes, late at night, I caught my mother staring at the wall, eyes wide, lips moving without sound. One evening, she grabbed my hand. "She puts things in the food," she whispered. Before I could ask more, Eleanor entered the room. "She's confused," Eleanor said gently. "These episodes happen." She handed my mother a glass of milk. I watched her stir it with a small spoon. White powder dissolved instantly. "What's that?" I asked. "Supplements," Eleanor replied smoothly. I said nothing. That silence would haunt me. Over the next month, I began to notice patterns. People Eleanor cared for declined faster than expected. Mrs. Hale stopped attending church. Mr. Donnelly forgot his daughter's name. Mrs. Price began sleeping 18 hours a day. And always, Eleanor was there holding hands, adjusting blankets, whispering reassurances. "She makes it easier," people said. Easier for whom? I wondered. One night, I returned home early. The house was quiet. Too quiet? I found my mother in bed, breathing. Eleanor stood beside her, hands folded, eyes calm. She needed extra rest tonight, Eleanor said. My mother's lips moved. Danny, she whispered. Heavy, can't think. That was the night fear finally overcame gratitude. I started watching Eleanor. She never ate the food she prepared for others. She locked her bag. She watched people drink every drop. At the pharmacy, I followed her. She filled prescriptions under different names. At home, while she was in the bathroom, I searched her bag. Crushed pills, unlabeled vials, syringes. My hands shook so badly I had to sit down. When my mother died, Eleanor cried quietly at the foot of the bed. She's at peace, she said. The doctor agreed. The police agreed. Everyone agreed, except me, because my mother's last clear words echoed in my head. She puts things in the food. I began writing everything down. Dates, names, symptoms. I spoke to families Eleanor had helped. Some were grateful. Some were afraid. One woman, Margaret Lewis, listened carefully. She watches too closely, Margaret said, like she's waiting. That was the first time I wasn't alone. Eleanor noticed the change. You look tired, she said one afternoon. Grief does that. Her smile never reached her eyes. I realized then that she was watching me too. And Eleanor Whitmore did not like loose ends.